Wake up, Seattle. We are staring down the barrel of a defining moment for this franchise. I need you to listen closely, because what is happening right now in the back channels of the league is going to directly impact your Sundays for the next 5 years. We have a contract situation that just exploded in value because of one comment from an opposing quarterback. And simultaneously, the scouting department is locking on to a target that could change our offensive identity. The stakes have never been higher. Do me a favor. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers so we can keep fighting for the 12s and bringing you the truth every single day.
Let's get right into the thick of it, because this situation with Jackson Smith-Njigba is rapidly evolving from a standard negotiation into a high-stakes financial chess match. Sources are telling me that a recent comparison made by quarterback Sam Darnold regarding Jackson Smith-Njigba's skill set has sent shockwaves through the agent circles and front offices around the National Football League. When a quarterback like Darnold, who has seen elite talent and played against top-tier defenses, goes on record to elevate a young receiver into the upper echelon of the league's hierarchy, it is not just idle chatter. It is currency. It is leverage. And right now, JSN's camp is holding all the cards. We are looking at a scenario where the internal valuation of our star receiver has likely jumped significantly. You have to understand how these negotiations work behind the scenes. Agents monitor every single soundbite, every accolade, and every peer review. When a peer validates your talent, it removes the system player argument that general managers love to use to suppress salaries. They can no longer say his production is just a product of the scheme. Darnold's comments confirm that JSN is a standalone superstar, a game changer who demands a specific defensive game plan. This is where I need to get loud for a second. The Seattle Seahawks cannot, I repeat, cannot afford to be cheap in this moment. You look at the landscape of the NFC West. You look at the firepower we have to compete against. You do not let a homegrown talent like this feel disrespected. If the price tag just went up, you pay the bill. It is that simple. You want to win? You want to be relevant in January? Then you secure your playmakers. Jackson Smith-Njigba represents the future of this passing attack. He is the safety valve, the explosive play waiting to happen, the guy who moves the chains on 3rd and long when the stadium is shaking. To hesitate now, to try and nickel and dime him because of market value concerns, would be a catastrophic failure of management. The market for wide receivers is not going down, folks. It is only going up. Every day you wait, the price increases. Justin Jefferson changed the math. Tyreek Hill changed the math. And now, thanks to this glowing endorsement and his own undeniable tape, JSN is next in line to reset the market for his tier of receivers. I am hearing whispers that the front office is recalculating their long-term cap projections based on this new reality. They know they have to pay him, but the question is structure. Do they try to lock him in now before he has another breakout season that puts him in the top 5 globally? Or do they wait and risk him playing his way into a contract that cripples the cap? This is the business of football, and it is brutal. But from where I sit, the talent is undeniable. The validation from Darnold is just the cherry on top. It's the proof that the league respects him, fears him, and knows what he is capable of. Seattle needs to act with urgency. You lock him up, you make him happy, and you keep this offense dangerous. However, while the checkbook is being balanced for the receivers, there is another conversation happening regarding the future of the ground game that is equally critical. You need to hear this next report because it signals a massive shift in how we might approach the draft.
If you want to stay ahead of the curve and get these exclusive insights before anyone else, you need to subscribe right now. We are building the ultimate community for Seahawks fans. Hit that button and join us. Now let's pivot to the future, because while we are worried about paying our current stars, the scouting department is relentlessly hunting for the next generation of dominance. During the recent activities surrounding the NFL Combine and the evaluation process, a very clear message has emerged regarding prospect Jonah Coleman. My sources on the ground are indicating that the Seattle Seahawks have received definitive signals about Coleman's value and are monitoring him with extreme prejudice as a potential addition for the 2026 draft cycle. This is not just a casual look, this is strategic targeting. The intel suggests that the organization views Coleman not just as a running back, but as a physical tone setter who fits the exact cultural blueprint we are trying to establish. Let's talk about what this kid brings to the table. We are talking about power. We are talking about balance. We are talking about a guy who runs with bad intentions. In the NFC West, you do not win by being finesse. You win by punching the other team in the mouth for 4 quarters. Jonah Coleman is that punch.
The feedback from scouts is that his lower body strength and contact balance are elite, traits that translate immediately to the professional level. Why is this surfacing now? Because smart teams build their boards years in advance. They are looking at the wear and tear on the current roster. They are looking at the contract shelf life of the running back room. Identifying Coleman this early tells me that the Seahawks are planning to reinforce the run game with a cost-controlled asset who can carry the load. Stephen A. Smith here, and let me tell you something right now. I love this. I absolutely love this. You cannot rely solely on the passing game to bail you out in December and January. You need a hammer. You need someone who can close out games when the weather gets cold and the defense is tired. Coleman is that guy. The fact that Seattle is receiving clear messages about him tells me there is a connection, perhaps a schematic fit that the coaches are drooling over. They see a player who can step in and immediately contribute to the physical identity of this football team. We have seen too many times where the Seahawks get pushed around at the line of scrimmage. Adding a prospect of this caliber changes that dynamic. It sends a message to the rest of the division that we are going to run the ball down your throat and there is nothing you can do about it. The draft process is a game of information warfare. Teams try to hide their interest. They try to smokescreen their intentions. But when the signal is this clear, when the buzz is this specific, it means there is genuine fire behind the smoke. The front office is doing their due diligence, projecting how Coleman's skill set evolves over the next year leading into the 2026 draft. This is long-term roster construction at its finest. You secure the receiver, JSN, for the explosive plays, and then you draft the tank, Coleman, to control the clock and punish the defense. It is a beautiful 1-2 punch philosophy, but it all depends on execution. They have to keep monitoring him. They have to ensure no medical flags pop up. But right now, Jonah Coleman is a name that every single Seahawks fan needs to write down in permanent marker. He is on the radar, and he is coming for a spot on this roster. The question remains, how do these two massive storylines, paying a premium for a receiver and drafting a powerhouse runner, fit together?
This is the reality we face as we look toward the horizon. On one side of the building, the front office is crunching the numbers to pay Jackson Smith-Njigba a market-resetting contract that he rightfully deserves. On the other side, the scouts are plotting to bring in Jonah Coleman to solidify the ground game for the future. It is a delicate balancing act between rewarding current excellence and investing in future dominance. I need to hear from you right now in the comments. Is JSN worth the massive price hike Sam Darnold's comments might have caused? And are you sold on the idea of drafting a bruiser like Coleman in 2026? Let me know your thoughts. We are building something special here. Go Seahawks.